This is what I want to talk about tonight. Yeah? Someone's on live, still talking. I was man enough to say, people came from behind me, two in each hand, and tick, 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 and I made it worse for myself to send a message to the youth. This is how bad prison is. I was honest. I said I got angshed in prison. It wasn't free people. Bruh, people came from next door, from the unit. What are you talking about? But now, we gotta tell the facts, yeah? We have to tell the facts. Because I told this story from the beginning, it came from me, about my negatives inside of prison. And we gotta continue the story properly, yeah? So we're gonna continue the story properly tonight. The aftermath, yeah? And I've got some guy now, he thinks he's got a bit of fame. Hannah Montana, do something with it, bro. I threw you an alley-oop, bro. You know them ones? I threw you an alley-oop. Do something with your platform, bro. I don't know, bro. Whatever it is, I know there's nothing there, cuz. I know you're cooked. Or the Ugdrays, lad. I know this. I know all the stress of prison. I know how you ducked and weaved and you bailed from Lithgow prison. I know this, brother. I know this. I know it was hard for you and you had no choice to be an Unky J after that. I'm loved, my bro. Hey, Hannah Montana, I'm loved, brother. I got big love out there, bro. But let's talk about the aftermath, yeah? The aftermath, because your story, my bro, brother, I'm still here, cuz. 4 of yous ran at me with 1 in each hand. Why am I still here, bro? Huh? Now, this is what, because the person was on live and he's getting views and everyone's like, brother. So let's talk about this. But let's make it educational. Let's make it educational. Hannah Montana, I know you're a little fangirl and you watch me and you want to be me. But Hannah Montana, you will never be me. You know why? You want to know why? I'm a stand-up guy, brother. Hey, I've never bailed like you. I've got 2 boys that have done 20 years. 2 boys that have done 20 years. Yeah, that you bailed from. That were there at Lithgow prison. Now let's talk. After you were in the unit with me, yeah? You could have offered me out. You could have said, if you got an issue, if you had an issue, you shouldn't have put your hands with the screws. To all the kids out there, I'm going to explain jail to you, yeah? In prison, there's prison guards and there's prison rules. There's prison rules, yeah? You're not allowed to associate with prison guards and vice versa. Prison guards aren't allowed to associate with us, yeah? But there's people out there that put their hand with screws, yeah? They may be saying Nasha or whatever. We don't do that. As a matter of fact, when you're in prison, there is rules for green and there's rules for the prison guards, yeah? If you go into the office to talk to a prison guard, you don't go by yourself, first of all. If I had to go to the office to ask about my visa or get paper or something, a buy-up sheet, I would grab one of the boys, but come with me, I'm going to office. That's just how it is, yeah? For those who know exactly what I'm saying. Montana, yeah, put his hand with the squad, yeah, that Sonny was there. Sonny was a screw, yeah? Sonny was a screw that worked at Silverwater, that worked at Park Lee, and he was a bad Ogday. Kids, listen to me. Sonny was a squad. He was head of the squad. Montana got sent left. Brother, 2 boys that done 20 years, one done 23, HK, and the other one done 20 something straight, Rabi Mowaz. We're talking 2 monster names in the prison system. Yeah? Rabi Mowaz, monster name in the prison system. Asma of, brother. First bloke I ever met in prison was Rabi Mowaz in Segre. And I seen, man, Screws wanted no part of him. No part of him. HK, damn. Same story. Montana bailed from Lithgow prison. Tell that story in Montana. That's what I want. But now let's go back to Sonny, the screw, yeah? The squad. When we were kids in prison, 18, 19, 20, 21, this guy, Sonny, squad, used to come with his squad, handcuff us, walk into the cell. I've been jumped by him. He's a prison guard. He's a squad. Back then, the screws didn't have cameras on their chest like now, yeah? Walk into our cell, open it, everyone up, like a cell search. Handcuff us, one outside, up against the wall, one inside, handcuffed behind his back, while we're thinking they're gonna search the cell. As a matter of fact, what Sonny would do is handcuff ya and then cheap shot ya. Because that's the weak little ogday that he was. That's the weak little ogday this screw was, yeah? And he got away with it for a very long time. But when someone like RK, Rabi, came from Goulburn to Silverwater, Sonny wouldn't dare. Rabs was older then, he had done over 10 years. He'd only pick on the younger boys, yeah? Towards halfway through my time, I was a kid. So when your mate's getting pumped in the cell by the squad, for no reason, because he's an ogday, yeah? Sonny, this guy was a bad ogday. You're outside. So what do? Your mate's getting pumped inside the cell by squad for no reason. Run inside, with your hands back, trying to jump in for your mate, and you get bashed too. And this is what Sonny, the squad, used to do. Sonny let in, and kids, this is prison, and it's not unfair, because some people work with screws inside. That's just how it is, yeah? Because they're that scared, they work with screws. Can you put me here? Can you put me there? When you get locked up, don't expect law inside a prison. Don't expect rights. Don't expect nothing. Yeah? Like my situation. Okay? With this guy. That morning I woke up and I seen boys coming from that unit, that unit, that unit. And the squad's letting them in to get the numbers. But it's how it is, but some people work with screws, but no matter what, you don't do it. But that's how you get your name, your reputation. Yeah? This is what Montana used to do. When I first told the story, Montana, bro, I gave you ups, bro, I gave whatever. It was a long time ago. I didn't speak bad about you, bro, because that's not my message. But now I'm going to use your story to pass the message on to the youth. Okay? So screws will set you up inside of prison. Facts. That day, I got set up. That day, I got set up. Evening, I got set up by screws. Yeah? To get got. I got set up at Long Bay Jail. And I'm going to talk about that tonight. Double tap, share and repost. So, this Montana put his hand with the prison guards inside, got the numbers, then came from behind. Yeah? Now, Astral, shout out to Astral. Montana, you forget talking about when Mustafa rice cooked you, bro. You forget about that part, yeah? That same day. You forget about that. Anyway, After Montana put his hand with the screws and tried to half-heartedly get us, scratches, yeah? He gets taken to Lithgow jail. Montana at Lithgow jail, yeah, this is why I talk about TK in a different way to Montana. TK, for the Islander boys, was a soldier. Bruh, he was a stand-up guy. I have to take my hat off to TK. No one can ever say a bad word about TK. No one can ever say he put his hand with screws or spoke to screws. I know this. I know how he was. But Montana went to Lithgow. Who's at Lithgow? Rabbi Moaz and Hus K. 2 lions in prison. But Montana gets up 8 blade, chucks it on the ground in front of the screws. Easy, shout out to Easy. Chucked it. Montana, tell the whole story, bro. I told the story. I said it. Oh, they snug go me blades. I got here. I made it worse even for the youth. Like, to send the message, prison's bad for you. When you went to Lithgow, he pulls out an 8 blade, and this is called a professional bail. This is called a professional bail, yeah? Where you walk into the unit, when you walk into a unit and you're scared, so you just grab. Love you, my bro. When you walk into the unit and you find the smallest guy there and you just hit him in front of the screws. You cheap shot him in front of the screws because you're scared. Now they got to take you away. It's called a professional bail. We've seen it a lot, yeah? We don't do that. We do that. We take him in the cell. Like that Hannah Montana that day. In front of the screws he did it. Yeah? He could have went in the cell. Hannah Montana could have went in the cell. This is called a professional bail. And I want to talk about this today. There's a lot of people that have professionally bailed inside a prison. Yeah? No one can ever say I never walked that yard. No one can ever say when I had a whole yard waiting for me. And I would have got a whole yard. But the Viet boy stood with me. Good mate of mine, Dave New Wing, who was the head of the Viet boys, stood with me because I backed his brother-in-law 2 years earlier. And I didn't even know it was his brother-in-law. So he stood with me that day. I walked the yard. When this Montana went to Lithgow prison, he's known to work with screws. He done it in Silverwater. He put his hand with Sonny and the other squad. He's got into reception. And you know the screws tell you everything, yeah? The screws will throw you under the bus. They'll come and like throw it out there. They'll start telling everyone, he bailed. Montana got to reception, HK, and Radman was waiting for him. He's pulled out an 8 blade.
Love you, Bill!
Love you, my bro. Yeah, the boys. Threw it in front of the screws. The screws look, they find the 8 blade that he's chucked in front of their legs. So what do now? They can't let him in the main. They got to take him to Segro. This is called a professional bail. Professional bail. Until Montana bailed out from how many jails? Same thing. In reception, he cheap shot someone or swear at the screws or push a screw so he can bail. Okay? Kids, this is prison life. It's not cut for everybody. It's not cut for everybody. You got weak ants like Montana, needs to get all that. Look, people like Montana will do this. They'll be in a unit with you. Hey, go on, Bill. Hey, go on for that. As soon as they get their numbers, hey, they still won't come to your face. They'll come from behind you. But this is what it is. Prison's not fun. I've heard kids say to me, prison's about, yeah, all you do is eat noodles and tuna. This prison, yeah? So this Montana guy, this is what he done. His actions of being weak. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. If Montana had walked up and said, let's go one-on-one in the cell, no matter what happened, he would have got respect. And Long Bay Jail wouldn't have attacked. But Montana, because of your weak actions, you got someone else pumped. How many times? 16 or 18 times? Angshade lad? It's a very small system, but it's a big system. So, because the way Montana went about it, because a one-on-one, no one can say nothing. No one. No one can say nothing. No matter, in a one-on-one, it is what it is. So while Montana got sent to Lithgow, protected himself and he professionally bailed, Long Bay, and I never spoke about this beforehand. I just said the story, I got later, these are my scars, and I got jumped before, and to tell you the negative of prison and my story, not without glorifying it. But you know what, I thought about it, it's actually more of a story to tell the negativities of prison, and this is it. Don't glorify someone acting like that. That's the easy part. Having numbers and coming from behind someone doing that, anyone can do that. But dealing with the aftermath, that's hard. That's the hard part. Now, after Montana done this weak act, because he's a weak little Unky J, that's why, yeah? And you know what, Montana? I'm gonna say it. You're a little Ogday too. You know why? Because you're bailed, brother. You're bailed from Lithgow, brother. That puts you under the bracket of a little Ogday. Yeah? Simple, bruh. That's what it does. You're bailed. So, Montana goes to Lithgow after he tried to do a sneak go on me. Long Bay kicks off. Because of Montana's actions, someone in Long Bay got pumped 18 times with that. Montana goes Lithgow, bails. He couldn't face the Oi base there. Because like I said, there's love. He couldn't go every jail he went to, he professionally bailed. Till he went to Goulburn, and Goulburn's safe. Yes, Goulburn has a notorious name. Goulburn Jail, the end of the road, AKA the unaliving fields. But during this time, it was segregated into nashos, yeah? It was segregated into nashos. So you're safe. You're only dealing with the politics of your people, which can be very rough. Mr. 86, yo, which can be very rough, the politics of your own people, yeah? Very rough. You gotta understand, Goulburn Jail, big names, big pride, big respect, and everyone's got, so there's a lot of clashing, you know what I mean? But the good thing about your own people is, there's no like sneaky goes. Lady Lux, shout out to Lady Lux. There's no sneaky goes when it comes to your own people. Everyone makes sure of that, unless you're an Ogda. But other than that, everyone will make sure it's right. And that goes from every yard, yeah? So Montana had to end up in Goulburn because he would bail wherever he went. Talk about that, Montana. I'm throwing you another LEU. Someone says, look, Bill, you gave him clout. But look, seeing you the way you are after all these years, yes, we were foes. Yes, the Sicilian black hand. But I actually, because prison, I actually feel bad for you, bro. That's why I'm throwing you an LEU. You know, with your 1,000 followers that I got ya, do something with it, bro. Do something with it. Try and make some money out of it, cuz. I don't know, start battling, bro. Montana, start battling, bro. Use my name, don't worry. Just keep saying Bill, Underworld Bill. Keep saying Underworld Bill, bro, all good. So, Goulburn Jail, for him, he was safe now, yeah? But while Montana was at Goulburn, he's still paying the price for his actions. Like I said, I had big love, a lot of boys. Long Bay kicked off instantly. Now I'm going to talk about Lithgow. A good mate of mine got charged for this, so I can talk about this. I can talk about it. When Montana, my mate got 6 months for this charge. Yeah? When Montana went to Lithgow prison and he bailed. I don't use the word of day lightly. Yeah? I don't. But we witnessed it. You bailed, you professionally bailed, bro. So Montana, you're a little Ogday, yeah? Because he bailed and the boys couldn't get to him, and this is how it was back then. HK, a good brother of mine, got one of them and went for it. Yeah? He got charged for this, outside charge, and he got an extra 6 months out of love from me. Yeah? Montana, bro, there's a lot more to talk about, cuz. This is the thing, yeah? We tell a story, like I said, we don't have skeletons. We stand on our business, say, well, it is what it is. We never bailed from nowhere. But Montana, bro, let's tell the story now of the aftermath of your weak actions. And to all the kids out there, look how difficult prison was. Look how difficult, and it still is till now. Look how difficult. This guy, what do you think this guy looks like that? Heard there were a few people watching his live. He can't talk. He looks like a full Anki J. This was the stress of prison. Alhamdulillah. 1 second. Alhamdulillah. Looking good, baby. Anyway. So because Montana bailed, someone else had to get got. But this was the weak actions of Montana. Yeah? He removed himself for someone else to get got. Montana, that should have been you, bruh. Kids, friends, you want friends? That's why all these kids come to me, man. I'll speak to yous. Your parents bring news to me. Or you reach out, DM on TikTok. I go, bro, like, what do I do? Brother, you're picking your friends over your mum. You're picking your friends over your mum. Your mum's not going to leave it with you. Your mum's not going to leave you with it, bro. Your mum's going to go jump in that deep end for you. 100% facts. Shout out to NZ all the way. Facts. Yeah? And this is not to say, oh, we're sick cunts with that. But this is the aftermath of your actions, even outside. Even outside. You want to do something, there's consequences, like there is. Like people need to think of their families, their friends, like, I'm just talking sense now, yeah? I'm just like, you gotta, kids, like, be smart. Lady Lux, 1986. Be smart. That's why I sit outside. Look, I'm outside again. 516 Great Western Highway, St. Mary's. Again, I'm not here testing anyone's gangster. It is what it is. But to be real to my audience, I go live outside. But 10 people can come pull up on me now. All good. But guess what? You gotta think. You gotta think to yourself. You can't just do an action like that and just walk away. Oh, all good. Nah, bro. There's consequences for this. There's consequences. You gotta take responsibility. So Montana bailing, kids, look at, I want everyone, adults. This guy came from Goulburn, wanted to get a name for himself. Yeah. He was too scared to go one-on-one with me. That's the truth. Because the day before he went in the cell and planned it. And this is why he hasn't got his respect. This is why you haven't got your respect, Montana. And he played like a mouse the rest of his time until he went back to Goulburn, safe in the yard. Because he bailed from Lithgow jail, Montana, I would respect you if you told the whole story, bro. I would respect you, bro. A lot of people know the story. I would respect you, bro. Because Montana bailed, someone else got instead of him. Yeah? That came with him. Haskalachi got charged with this. He's charged with it. Okay? He got charged with shanking him. You know the lamb shanks? TikTok's a bit sensitive. In the ace fight, yeah? Boom. I've read the brief. I have read the brief. He got 6 months extra for this, so I can talk about it. This is because of Montana, your weak actions, bro. Not long after that, Montana's nephew gets airlifted. In a helicopter. Brother, all because you couldn't be a man about things, bro. Bill's hands down has the best life. Guys, come on now. Take your hat off to this outfit. Straight out. How good does the look with the blue? Huh? How good? Straight out. I'll put it together today. Come on, guys. Don't tell me I didn't put it together today. MVP. Let's go, baby. 50 AA. And the 50 on the wrist. The 50 on the chain. 50 on the wrist got, I feel like, King. Shout out to King. Now, need me a jacket like that, proper streetwear, guys. It's the Raw website. I can't say it the other way. We'll say it as Raw. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, baby. Who just put a treasure box? Someone put a treasure. Lady Lux, 1986. It's shay. All right, let's continue. Montana. Or he actually went, little half-hearted each bay. Anyway, after that, he got put on an Og day because he bailed from Lithgow and one more jail. I can't remember that. So I'm not going to talk about that. I was talking about Lithgow. Till he got taken to Goulburn. Someone else got by a dear brother of mine and got an extra 6 months. But it should have been Montana. Yeah? Not long later after that, Montana's nephew gets... Oh, hey Montana, I want to know, have you explained it to your family yet? Talk about that on your life. Underworld Bill. Brother, I know I got a monster name, brother. Monster platform. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Helicopter. Come on, guys. Give me some helicopters. Give me some helicopters. You know that song? Helicopter. Give me some helicopters. Let's go. Helicopters, baby. Have you explained to your family why your nephew got airlifted? Because we couldn't get to you, bro. So everyone watching, this is prison. You want to do something? Guess what? Yeah, it's a big system, but it's a very small one too. We got boys in every job. Hey, I don't care if they knew me or didn't know me. There's love there. Simple. Helicopter, Montana, it's for you, my bro. Hannah Montana, it's for you, my bread. Huh? You got the helicopter. No half-heartedness here, bro. Hey, Montana. There's no half-heartedness here, bro. Brother. Anyway. Like the helicopters are still going, baby. Doggies. Just tell them 50 on the wrist, brother. That's it. 50 on the chain, 50 on the wrist. Say that, hey, honcho, baby. That video's gone off, lad. It's on over 100k on Instagram, TikTok. Bah. Like the helicopters are everywhere, brother. Montana, it's for you, bro. I hope your family's watching so they bring up the topic. Yeah? Montana, why were you such a weak aunt and got someone else airlifted? Bah. Shout out to Mr. 86, yo. Baba, the helicopters, lad. Anyway, Montana has been added to the desex list. Montana, brother, it's confirmed that you bailed from Lithgow. You have been added. One listen, spandex hid behind the pole. Yeah? Spandex hid behind the pole. I desexed him. Montana bailed from Lithgow and worked with the screws. You're desexed too, bruh. Anyway, so my good brother of mine, Haas, got 6 months because of your weak actions, bruh. Because you wouldn't walk into Lithgow. Now let's talk about Lithgow jail now, bruh. Let's talk about Lithgow jail now. For those who think Montana was something, when we say us boys walked into Lithgow jail against the whole jail, Montana couldn't walk in there. You couldn't walk in there. So the fact we had a whole jail with 3-4 lebos, bruh, that's why I say we stand on this. We own this. We don't care the aftermath as long as we went in there. This is what we were about. This is why I say, if bailing was an option for you, there's no excuse. Montana, bailing was an option for you, bro. Maltese Rambo. Now, are you a painter, Dougies? Now, kids, adults, people in the game that hasn't done time, are you getting the drift of prison?